Jessa Duggar's sister played a special role in the birth of her sixth child. In the second part of the Counting on Alum's birth story video, she revealed that her younger sister, Jordyn-Grace, 16, was the one who cut the umbilical cord. It was a sweet moment when it came time to cut the cord. First of all, I said to husband Ben Seewald, "You've never cut the cord. You should cut the cord this time." Teasing him mostly because I know he has a very weak stomach for such things, Jessa, 32, said in the clip published on Monday, August 4. "He's a huge support and encouragement to me throughout labor, but he doesn't want to be near all of that. So, he's like, no, thank you." Quote, "My sister, Jordyn, this was her first time to be at one of my births. And so, I said, Jordyn, you should cut the cord. And she was really excited about that," she continued. "So, she got to cut the cord. She's like, wow, this is awesome. This is so cool." That was a sweet moment. The 19 kids and counting alum recently welcomed her sixth baby with Seewald, announcing the exciting news in a birth vlog posted to her YouTube channel on August 3. In the clip, Jessa could be seen in her parents' home in Arkansas, walking around as she shared that she's having contractions every 3 to 5 minutes before announcing that her water broke. Before the video ended, Jessa teased the actual moment she gave birth as with a shot of her in a hospital bed with her mom, Michelle Duggar, by her side. Before their wedding on November 1, 2014, Jessa had already begun thinking about becoming a mom. "We both want to have a big family," she told People, adding that they were excited about building a future together, one filled with kids. Jessa and Ben welcomed their first child, son Spurgeon, 9, in November 2015. Their second son, Henry, 8, was born in February 2017, followed by their daughter Ivy, 6, in May 2019. After experiencing a pregnancy loss in 2020, Jessa welcomed another daughter, Fern, 3, in July 2021. After another miscarriage in 2022, she gave birth to the pair's fifth child, son George. The newly minted mom of 6 posted a YouTube video titled, "Baby number 6 Q&A plus my morning routine," on May 8, and acknowledged the negative remarks she's received about her growing family. "When it comes to people saying negative opinions, I know this is not the case for everyone, but for me personally, I've never had anybody walk up to my face and be nasty," Jessa said. "I have heard a lot of rude and unnecessary comments, but generally those are just online." Jessa, who's one of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's 19 children, also responded to comments comparing her to her mother. She noted that she's read comments saying she and Seewald are trying to follow in her mom's footsteps. "I'm not going to have 19 kids, but honestly, my mom is my hero. I love her. I adore her and she is my role model in so many ways," Jessa said. "Her patience, her love, her gentleness and her kind speech. She is the golden example of a mother, in my opinion. So, when people say, 'Do you want to be like your mother?' I'm like, yes, please, Lord, help me." Quote. She added, "Even if people are saying that in sort of a negative way, I'm like, yes, please Lord." Quote. On the Ginger and Jeremy podcast, Ginger and husband Jeremy Vuolo looked back at the early TLC show, 16 Children and Moving In, including a shopping trip. Ginger Duggar Vuolo is reminiscing about what it was like buying groceries with her large family when she was growing up. On the latest episode of the Ginger and Jeremy podcast, Ginger, 31, and her husband Jeremy Vuolo, 37, looked back at the early TLC show 16 Children and Moving In, including one scene with a food shopping trip. In a clip from the 2006 special, the Duggars detail their purchases, which include 24 cans of milk, a case of butter and plenty of burritos. The items add up to 7 cartloads, at nearly $100 a cart. "I was gonna say, is that typical, you guys all just, like, scattering around the store to go get stuff?" Jeremy asked. "Imagine what those prices would be today." "Oh, yeah, insane," Ginger responded. "That's gotta be $2,000, Jeremy estimated. It's crazy to see this because, yeah, that was normal," Ginger observed. While she acknowledged that they may have had extra carts in the video since they were filming the store visit for television, she said the family would easily blow through that food. "More of us probably went to the store than usual," she added. "But typically, like we could get anywhere from 3 to 4 carts of food. And so Mom would take a couple of us to help." Ginger's other memories included buying Honey Nut cereal by the case, and every once in a while they'd choose a special kind for someone's birthday. She also said the family always had extra butter in the freezer in case they ran out. As for why they'd fill up so many carts, Ginger says they would purchase so many canned goods, which she still does to this day as mom to 3 children, daughters Felicity Nicole and Evangeline Joe and son Finnegan Charles. Ginger noted that when it came time to check out, they couldn't put the whole load of groceries on the belt at once. "You can't put 7 carts on the belt," Jeremy agreed. "That would take 45 minutes to check out." "How long did it take your family to check out of the grocery store?" "Oh, it always took a long time," Ginger replied. "And my mom, my sweet mother, Michelle Duggar, would be like, 'It's okay. You can go in front of us. It's okay. You can go in front of us.' Because she knew that it was gonna take a minute." When Jeremy asked how long it would really take, Ginger said the Aldi employee in the clip they were watching probably had it through within 10-15 minutes, and called the feat pretty impressive. Ginger added that her father, Jim Bob Duggar, worked at a grocery store for years and had a system for organizing the pantry. "When we would get home, we'd carry in all the groceries and we'd put them on the floor of the pantry," she remembered. "We would not put everything away immediately. It was like all the refrigerated stuff and frozen stuff went in the freezer and fridge, but there was always a system for it. So my dad, he loved having it organized like a grocery store." On last week's episode of the Ginger and Jeremy podcast, Lydia Plath revealed the unconventional way her own family received groceries. "I think a lot of things that stand out to people with how I was raised is how healthy we were," the Welcome to Plathville star, 21, shared. "Like, we grew most of our vegetables. We grew as much as we could. It's so fun telling these stories because I look back and I'm like, this is insane. Instead of going grocery shopping, we would meet a semi-truck every 2 weeks at the top of our driveway and get a pallet of groceries," Plath continued. "Then once a month, we would meet a semi and get a pallet of all the dry goods, like the oats, the raisins. We would buy everything by, like, the 5-gallon bag or the 50-pound bag or, like, bulk beyond Costco." Josh Duggar is no stranger to controversy, but his latest claims have cast a new shadow over the already complex relationship between reality television and the truth it claims to portray. From the once wholesome family-friendly image portrayed on TLC's Counting On, to a prison sentence that will keep him behind bars until at least December 2032, Duggar's public unraveling has been headline fuel for years. Now, the disgraced reality star is making a bold accusation that the network which helped make the Duggar name famous also pushed him into faking a porn addiction for the sake of keeping the show alive. Currently serving a nearly 13-year sentence for receiving child sexual abuse material, a conviction that also mandates 20 years of supervised release, Josh Duggar is now attempting to challenge the legal battles that landed him in prison. And in the process, he's leveling explosive allegations against the very people who once marketed his family's values to millions. According to Duggar, back in the thick of his earlier scandals nearly 10 years ago, TLC and its parent company, Discovery Communications, allegedly pressured him into releasing a statement admitting to a pornography addiction, an addiction he now says was entirely fabricated. In court documents, Duggar stated, "The statement was drafted and issued under immense pressure from representatives of TLC, Discovery Communications, and their legal and public relations teams." The motivation? Duggar claims the network warned him that unless he publicly repented and confessed to a porn addiction, the family's lucrative reality show would be axed. He asserts that the dramatic public statement, which painted him as a man torn between 2 lives, was never written by him and didn't reflect his truth. Perhaps most notably, Duggar insists that he was never formally diagnosed with any form of porn addiction, stating that the entire narrative was manufactured for public consumption. While Duggar's legal team works toward a new trial, his name remains entangled in scandal. He has admitted in the past to using Ashley Madison, a dating platform tailored to extramarital affairs, calling himself a hypocrite for his behavior compared to his public persona. That admission, along with a host of allegations from former acquaintances, including claims that a planned marriage to their daughter fell through amid his scandals, continue to haunt his image. As Duggar fights to rewrite his story from behind bars, many are questioning whether this latest claim is a genuine revelation or simply a strategic play for sympathy and a second chance. Whether the court of public opinion believes him or not, one thing is clear: Josh Duggar is no longer just at odds with the law, he's now at odds with the very industry that once elevated his family to stardom. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Josh Duggar right now. Come back here often for all Josh Duggar spoilers, news, and updates.